morning, welcome back to my cozy corner of the internet. My name is Chloe. Today is Tuesday and we're having another reading and craft week. My brain is still waking up, but in terms of our craft week, I have gotten it in my head that I want to make a granny square cardigan. I've wanted to make a granny square cardigan for a while, but then I hit my crochet slump. I had to finish all my Christmas gifts and then I just fell off crochet. But I think it's a good project for me to do right now, because it's a project I can decide to ditch at any point, and then I can always use those squares for other things. Let me show you the idea, actually. I found this on Pinterest, and it looks like this. I really like the vibe and the color scheme. I'm gonna probably visually copy a lot of these. I wanna make like an open cardigan, maybe put a couple buttons on it. The color scheme is this like, light blue. We got white. I want to add a little bit of yellow. I'm using yarn that I already have, so this is the yellow I have to use. I want it to be kind of like an accent color, so the main will be blue and white, and then I'll have yellow accents. I've only made 2 squares so far. One is this checker, which I love. I'm probably gonna make 2 or 3 of these to throw in the cardigan. And then the other one was just like a little pop of yellow in a white granny square, and I think that'll be super cute, like next to each other. I don't know how I'm gonna arrange them yet, but I love the squares that have like a little pop of yellow but surrounded by white. That way the blue and the white still go together. I really like the sun and the moon granny squares. I might add a couple of those, but the inspo pic only shows like 9 squares and I need a lot. I didn't do the math, but I need like maybe 40. If I ditch this project, I'm just gonna make a book sleeve or something. Or like maybe I'll just turn it into a purse or something like that. This week we're gonna just chip away at this granny square project, and we're gonna read Twisted Lies. Good news and bad news is, Twisted Lies, I can't find an audiobook for it, so I can only read it, which means it's gonna take me slightly longer. I kind of like to switch off, that way when I drive I don't have to stop reading my book. I did finish Twisted Hate. I was really disappointed by the ending, because why does Anna Huang gotta go and add like a bogus ending to her books? Like, that was the most real one and I was so enjoying it. I tore through the first like 60% and then it just got a little crazy. It ended up being like a 3.5, but now we are on Twisted Lies. I did start this and wonder if I should even read it, just because I'm not really sure I'm gonna like the main character. The male main character. I read Twisted Love and it was okay. So I was like, well, am I gonna read a book that's like 200 pages longer than Twisted Love just to kind of like it? But I think I'm just gonna read it because we gotta finish out the series. I can't leave one book in a series. That would bother me so bad. I can't do it. And like I've said before, I'm not a DNFer. I'm too stubborn. I will finish everything I mean to go read. So I'm also listening to Drew Afualo's memoir loud. So I'm reading those 2 things, and I'll be crafting this granny square cardigan. I have no idea how long this cardigan is gonna take me. I do a lot of reading and crocheting in my breaks at work, so our check-ins might be a bit of a jump forward depending on how much time I have away from the camera to do these things. But yeah, let me know what you're crocheting or reading at the moment down in the comments, because I need some inspiration. I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you guys in our next check-in. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday. Unfortunately, I've been doing a lot of my crocheting off camera, but I will update you. So I believe when we started, this is the first square I made. I'm pretty sure I showed you this already. This is my second fried egg square. And then yesterday I ended up making this regular like granny square style square. And then I also made this little like yellow flower. But like all together, the vibe is super cute. I want the pops of yellow to kind of be offset from each other. So I want the pops of yellow that I have to be kind of like diagonal from each other, if possible. So this is kind of the vibe we're going with currently. I feel pretty confident that I will like make enough squares to at least make a little like shirt, kind of how my inspiration pick is. Maybe for like a tote bag instead. I do have a couple crochet tote bags already, so I don't really know if I need to like make another one. Plan A is the cardigan. Plan B, if I run out of steam on all these squares, is the tank top. That's the inspiration pick. Plan C is probably some type of tote bag. So far, I'm not running out of steam. I think because each square has been different. It's not the same as like when I've made like a flower granny square bag and I've just been like, I'm done making flowers. You know, this is like a different pattern every time. I think that I'm probably going to double up on each square because it's just, I can't come up with like 50 square ideas. Probably 35 to 45. I don't think I have individual ideas for that. A simple one like this, where it's like a 2-color vibe. Maybe I'll do a blue and a white, and then maybe I'll do like a white and a blue. So they're not exactly the same, but I don't have to come up with all these different ideas. As I make more squares though, I'll continue working on the layout. I don't envision, I'm not going to finish this week, but maybe I'll get a good number of squares and we can kind of start piecing them together. I do have to go to work because once again, I'm out of time. It's been a busy morning, but I'm really hoping tomorrow I can sit down and actually crochet. Once again, I hope your week is going well. I will see you guys later. Good morning, everyone. I am gonna expose myself right now and say that it's been like a week, okay? I have not recorded, but I'm back to update you on the squares that I made. So the ones I don't think you've seen, this one, which I think I'm gonna have be vertical stripes. And then I also made another granny square that was yellow and blue, like this. I did realize that my yellow is a little bit like sturdier than the blue. So they both say that they're size 4, but the yellow one is like bulkier. It's like a bulky size 4. And so I did the entire square and then it ended up being way bigger than my other squares. And so every time I used yellow, I had to size down to a size 4 hook. So every other square I've done has been using size 5. Because I'm just a rule breaker like that. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I really wanted to do this type of square, so I just kind of made it work. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares. We have a long way to go. I did not say this would be a short process. In fact, I think I said the opposite. I think I said in this vlog we will not be finishing it. I think I'm gonna try to sew these together with my sewing machine before I try to mattress stitch it all. If I can use the zigzag setting on my sewing machine, but I'm gonna have to do some research on how to sew crochet squares together. But I have seen it done. I just need to figure out. Yeah, baby? You wanna play some fetch? Yeah. But such is crochet, you know? Sometimes you work on a project, you put it down for like a year, you know? I'm not saying I'm gonna do a year, but like, you know, I've had sweaters I've started, have not finished those things. Not even close. I didn't vlog any crochet last week because I was furiously trying to finish Twisted Lies. I almost put it down like 2 times. I almost didn't even start reading it. So I picked it up, I got to like chapter 2 or 3 and I was like, is this gonna be worth it? Because I was sensing it wasn't. I looked up the Goodreads review and it's like the highest rated one out of the 4. So I was like, okay, I read. Then I got like almost halfway and it was dragging. I like put the book down mid-chapter. I was like, guys, I don't know. But it's the last one in a 4-book series. Like I have to finish it. Anyway, I finished it. The ending was satisfying because it has like a double epilogue where like it ties together everyone's story from the other 3 books and the people in the 4th book story. It wasn't bad. I just didn't really like the characters as much as I liked characters in books 2 and 3. So Twisted Games and Twisted Hate were my favorites for sure. So because it was so hard for me to get through Twisted Lies, I said I need a break from Anna Huang. The plan was to read the King of Wrath series right after because I have the first book from a little free library and I looked up the premise and it's like another side character story and I was like, I gotta get out of this world for a bit. Clearly I'm getting tired of it. I think King of Envy is what it is. The newest one is coming out in like a month. So what I'm gonna do is put that off until the new book is out. I want to read my Emily Henry physical books. I've read all those books before, but I want to read them all again before Great Big Beautiful Life comes out in the end of April. I have that book pre-ordered, so we'll be doing like an Emily Henry reading vlog after this one. But because I don't want to start that yet, because I want to read it right up to the new book, I got the 7-year slip from the library, so I'm reading that one. It's very cute so far. I'm only a couple chapters in and I'm liking it. I'm really excited to see where it goes. I'm gonna listen to Powerless I've been taking a break from fantasy and I want to get back into fantasy. I'm not going to read King of Wrath yet, so I had to pivot really fast and I just decided to go with Powerless. It's pretty good so far. Powerless is on my 25 for 2025, so we went there. So is the 7-year slip. Oh, another update is I found the newest Kindle Paperwhite on Facebook Marketplace, and so I'm gonna go buy one of those. So those are all my updates. I'm gonna have to start working. I've been yapping. I gotta get to work, girl. I will see you guys in my next check-in. Hi besties, it's Thursday now. I'm back from work. I got off work a little bit early tonight, so we are going to do some crocheting together. So on Tuesday I was talking about getting a Kindle off of Facebook Marketplace, and yesterday I went and got her and she's lovely. Do not fret, she fits in the sleeve. I feel like every time I vlog my cats are running around in the background. They're being silly. You guys are being silly. Good, see? What's that? But back to the main focus of this vlog, which is my crochet square cardigan. I wanted to make a moon granny square, but I've never made one before. And I tried to look up some patterns and tutorials and there aren't that many. So I think what I'm gonna do is try to piece together a few different tutorials and then I will do it here. So if anyone else is trying to make a moon granny square, I got you. Let me update you on the squares I have so far. So keep in mind we're adding a moon square. I know I showed you this one, which is like a yellow flower. And so I also made a white flower. Wow! Not again. So the stack is getting kind of thick. Like, you know, keep in mind, this is a mere fraction of what we need. We're gonna add a moon one, and I also wanna add a sun square somewhere. Let's make a moon granny square. Hi besties, it is the next day because my camera died after I finished filming my moon square. Here is the final result. She is so cute. I had a hard time finding a pattern where like the moon was tilted a little like I wanted. A lot of them didn't end up looking like a point on both ends. They were, I don't know, and it's hard. I'm really glad where we landed. I was able to kind of modify a pattern to have the moon tilt and then maybe be a little pointy on top. But no, she looks really great. This is the current layout. They're all looking really cute. I think the only thing is for the blue and yellow granny square, it's the only square I have with yellow on the outside, so I'm thinking of redoing it so that blue is on the outside. But that's the only thing. Otherwise, these 8 squares are like really cutesy, and I'm really loving this project so far. So that's where I'm gonna end this crochet vlog. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and crocheting with me, and I can't wait to keep working on this project, but we're gonna pause her for now until the next one. So I will see you guys next time. Stay cozy.